All right, students of history, let's talk about citations so that you can make sure that you support your essays with good evidence. And for the more mercenary of you, you make sure that your professor understands that you did the reading, because the footnotes are the first thing that I'm going to look for in your papers. So, let me make that thing go away. I'm going to show you how to do this in Microsoft Word. I'm under the impression it is almost identical in Google Doc. So you write something brilliant that you need to support with evidence from a document. It's easy enough. You pop right up here to references, and then it says insert footnote. Click. And it puts a tiny number 1 right outside the period, right? And then it drops you down to a number 1. And then there's a few different ways to do this, but typically we're talking about author of the document. All right, so it's not going to be Riley every time. Author of the document and a page number. And that, in general, is it. Now, let me show you a couple of other things. Here is a student paper. And I just wanted to show you kind of what these things look like in the end. You know, he's got some issues with capitalization. But when I'm looking at this particular paper, the very first thing I do is flip through here, and it's like, all right, he used Goldstone, he used Galileo, he used Newton, and then I flip out, he used Butterfield, he used Gimpaka. Okay, that's 5 sources. How many sources was he supposed to use? Well, he was supposed to use at least half of them, and then I'd have to think about how many were in this chapter. I can assign him a maximum grade right there, right? If he doesn't meet half of them, then it's not going to hit a 75. If it is over half by 1 maybe, then maybe we can get into the B range. And if it's over half maybe by a couple, then that is above and beyond what I asked for. So that gives you an idea about what I'm looking for. And the very first thing I do is look at these footnotes. And if they're not there, all right. Now, the other thing that you want to keep in mind with the footnotes is if you go to our class webpage, all right, and you just go under modules, all right, go under modules, and if you do the written assignments, and then you go to formal essay number 1, in the middle of formal essay number 1, I have basically all the stuff you need to know for citing materials in this class. Yes, we can make it more complicated than this if we want to, but for our purposes, it shows you how to cite the material from the book that you're using. So, that's what I got for you. Make sure that you're using the documents. Make sure that you're conveying to me that you've read the documents. Keep in mind that we're using the documents like a lawyer would use the documents. We're bringing in eyewitness accounts, primary sources. We're bringing expert testimony, secondary sources, because we are building a case for whatever it is we're arguing, and we need to bring in the material from the documents to support that. You guys do that, and you will be fine. Let me know if you've got any questions.